Hi all, my name is Daksha. I'm from Diva London. Today we're going to show you how to take measurements for a blouse and a lehenga, or a Ghagra and a polku, or a blouse and a skirt. This is Anita. She's going to be my model for the day. First, we're going to start taking measurements of the shoulders. For shoulders, you keep your measure tape there from one end of the shoulder to the other end of the shoulder. Next, the overbust. You take your measure tape all the way around at the back. Make sure the measure tape is nice and straight. You make your arms down, put your arms down. You put a finger underneath and you take the measurements for the overbust. Bust, you take the measurements again from the back, making sure it's nice and straight on the back. And you take measurements for the fullest part of your busts. For the lower bust, the same, going all the way around, putting a finger underneath it. Now we take the blouse length from the shoulder to the fuller part of your bust to wherever you want the blouse to end. Remember, the models are wearing short blouses, but you can have them longer. So just put the measurements and we will do the rest for you. Wherever your blouse ends, that is where your blouse waist will also be. So that's the measurement you need to take, again with the finger underneath it for the measurements. The armhole, all the way underneath your armhole to the top part, ensuring there's also a finger underneath it. For the blouse neck depth, the front one, you take the measurements, slant your measure tape onto, and approximately just above your cleavage is normally where all the blouses stop. However, most blouses, if you see online, have an embroidery, and we will use that as a neck guideline. Remember, we cannot do anything deeper than the neckline because that does not ensure that the blouse looks like what it's supposed to be. Same with the back neck. Back neck, you take the same measurements from the side to the depth of the neck. Again, if you look at the blouses online, you will see some of them have a ready-made neck depth. If you, for any reason, you want that to be covered, we can cover it. Just put it in the notes that I want my back covered and we will do the rest. Now, the sleeve length. The sleeve length from the top of the arm to wherever you want the sleeves to end. Some blouses, some of you want cap sleeves, some of you want elbows, some of you want 3/4, some of you want long sleeves. Wherever you want the blouse sleeve length to end, that's where you put in the measurements from. Your biceps with a finger underneath. Your sleeve opening will be wherever your sleeve ends with a finger underneath. Now we go to the skirt measurements. We first take the waist. The waist, you measure your waist from where you want to tie your skirt. Now remember, we allow some growth, so you can add an inch or 2 inches extra because there's always a nada and a tie to make sure it's tight. However, if you want it a waist belt style, make sure you take the appropriate measurements and make sure it's tight enough. Hips. We allow, again for hips, a couple of inches to give you room and movement. Length. Where you're going to tie your skirt, you go to the back and you go to the floor. If you're planning to wear heels, make sure you add those heels from there on.